Hello, welcome to the video. My name's Paul and this is Paul's British English. Today we're going to talk about some common errors and some confusion that some of my students have about certain words and certain phrases. Okay, to start off with, we're going to talk about the word sorry. Now, sorry in English can be used in a couple of different ways. The first obvious way is to say that you are sorry with regards to an apology. So if you were supposed to be somewhere at a certain time and you were late, you might say, sorry, I'm late. And the natural response to that would be, that's okay, or maybe that's not okay. But that's as an apology. The other way that it's used in English is for showing sympathy. So if somebody doesn't feel very well, if they're sick, if they're ill, you could say, I'm sorry you don't feel very well. Now, you're not apologizing because it's not your fault that they don't feel very well. They've got a virus or something like that. So what you're doing is you're showing sympathy. You're showing that you would rather that they were well and that they weren't sick. And the correct response to that, if somebody says, I'm sorry you don't feel very well, would be thanks, because you're acknowledging the fact that they kind of care about you and that they would rather that you were well. So sorry in English can be used for both an apology and can be used for sympathy. Okay. The next two words we're going to talk about are the words lend and borrow. These are verbs. Now, some of my students get these words the wrong way around. Lend means to give something to somebody temporarily, and borrow means to get something or receive something from somebody temporarily. So if I lend you my pen, I give you my pen temporarily, and you borrow my pen, so you receive my pen, you get my pen temporarily. But if I'm lending it to you, I want to get it back. Okay, so if I'm giving you the pen temporarily, I'm lending it. I'm not borrowing it to you, I'm lending it to you. And you are borrowing it from me. You're not lending it from me. Okay, so remember, lend is to give temporarily and borrow is to receive temporarily. Okay. The final word we're going to talk about, and there's some confusion about this, is the word apartment. Now, in English, apartment is a synonym for the word flat, maybe the word suite. So it's the area where you live. You open the door and then you're in your own premises. That's your area. In some languages, particularly East Asian languages, apartment is sometimes translated as the building. Okay. So in English, apartment is not the building. Apartment is the actual area where you live, the rooms that are yours where you live. The building itself would be the apartment building. And if there's more than one building, that would be the apartment complex. So you live within an apartment complex, inside an apartment building, but in an apartment. Okay. So if somebody asks for the number of your apartment, they're asking for the number of your flat or your suite. They're not asking for the number of the building. If they wanted to know the number of the building, they'd say, what's the number of your apartment building, or what's the name of your apartment building? Okay. So those are three common confusing things that students find difficult. If you listen to the video, you should be able to apply them, and then your English will get slightly better. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, you can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can like us on Facebook. You can find us on Naver Blogs. And we have our own website, which is www.paulsbritishenglish.com. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.